I would like to welcome you all for the stakeholders meeting. First of all, I would like to thank Professor Ramesh Chand for, with his guidance only. Today we are meeting here to discuss the white paper. So the idea is to request Government of India to declare 2026 as Year of Soy. Where based on the merits of soy protein in achieving food security and nutrition security, and also enhancing the farmers' income, as well as reducing the burden on the exchequer on disease management and employment generation. So based on all these things, it's a holistic goal where we can achieve if we promote soy as one of the main protein sources for us, so that we can actually improve the nutritional status and also have a big jump in the soybean consumption. So thank you, Dr. Gupta, for setting out today's agenda. And I would like to thank all the speakers, eminent speakers on the dais and off the dais, for making your time, and all the delegates and representatives from industry to take their time to join this and discuss this stakeholders at this stakeholders meet. So briefly, Kavita told me 10 minutes. So briefly, what I would like to do is, I just would like to mention why we actually are meeting today, what we are doing, what is our idea behind this. So I will not go into all the details about Indian nutritional health status. Dr. Shashikaran is here. He will be touching briefly upon the nutritional issues. We have a very high instance of malnutrition. And another thing here I just would like to mention is almost 1/3 of the population have nutritional issues, and 1/3 of the population have diet-related degenerative issues. In those two areas, soy can play a very important role. And if you look at the protein status, Dr. Gupta has just mentioned that we have even the non-vegetarians have protein deficiency, and definitely vegetarians as high as are 90%. And here one thing I would like to mention here is, it's not just the protein deficiency, it is a protein quality deficiency which we have in India. Because 70% of our protein is coming for cereals, which are inferior as far as the quality is concerned. Soy protein at par with milk and egg animal proteins, Dr. Shashikaran will elaborate on this, actually can play a very important role in bridging the protein gap as well as the quality gap. And you will be surprised to know by 2050, the world is going to need about 70% more protein. That is where soy can come into play, with as much as 150 million metric tons of protein coming from soy alone can play a very important role in meeting the protein gap. As far as soy as a human food is concerned, it's been consumed for centuries all over especially in the Far East Asian countries. And soy is one agriculture product which can provide both fat, protein, and also for the processing industry, the functionality of soy protein is so good that actually help us in making food better and provide the functional characteristics better. And you will see this number of products we have here. So this will help us in understanding how versatile soy as a processing ingredient is concerned, how it can help us, the processing industry, and also meeting the nutritional requirement. Just a brief history is soy has been consumed as a staple in the northern hills of India and also northeastern parts of India. And it was commercially introduced in 60s, and now we are a little more than 12 million metric tons of production is there. But we had some earlier failures, like in the 80s, soy milk was introduced in India, but it was a failure. But fortunately, we have a lot of soy milk and tofu manufacturers are here. Today, we have about 3,000 soy milk tofu manufacturers are here producing soy milk and tofu. We see almost 15% growth in that particular sector. Thanks to AS Bank, they did a complete evaluation of the market, which we will be sharing with you all. So the amount of soy milk and tofu that is going into the Indian consumers, thanks to all these soy milk manufacturers are here. So I request them to actively involved in this discussion, so raise some of the issues we are facing. And some of the issues what we face is lack of awareness and also over-focusing of anti-nutritional factors which are present in soy like any other food product. So these has led to some failures, but fortunately we see a lot of good growth. Here, quickly, this is how so versatile, complicated soy is. Like soybean can be processed into, as far as human food is concerned, it can be processed into like whole beans, which are into soy milk, tofu, tempeh, natto, miso, like soy nuts, and solvent extracted process, defatted soy flour can be made into isolates, concentrates, and low-fat soy flour, which can be used into various food categories like this. You can see there are many number of, and here one thing I would like to let you know that I have a experience working with the global soy food industry. I found out the number of products actually Indian entrepreneurs makes is really a lot. Nobody in the world makes so many products, and these are only limited product categories we have in India, and I always feel imagination is the limitation to introduce soy into value-added products. And you can see actually when during the program, before the program, we requested industry to send some samples. See, we are flooded with samples, and now there is no place on the table to put the samples. So the soy industry is ready to actually make the protein product available to the consumers. So now we need the pull from the consumers and push from the government of India to make soy consumption better. These are some of the products available in the market. Again, we can be having at least 20 slides to put all these products, but I just try to put them in one slide. And here, soy can be a very, very good opportunity to fight, to get food and nutrition security. And because it's the most economic protein, Dr. Gupta just mentioned, and I also put a table, which again will be shared with you all. We calculated based on the today's price, and actually I have taken soybean prices a little higher than what is today, but still soy is the cheapest economical source of protein, quality at par with milk and animal proteins, and which is locally available. India is the 5th largest producer of soy. As far as food security or nutrition security, there are very concerned. There are so many number of products like soy milk, tofu, soy flour, textured soy protein, dal and log, which Dr. Gupta mentioned, and we also have some samples which made from dal and log. And whole beans, soy nuts, these are some of the products actually can go into some of the mass feeding programs to meet the protein demand, and also and these products can be fortified with vitamins and minerals. So this is how soy can actually play a very important role in achieving foods and nutrition security if we effectively introduce soy into these programs. Here I just put a table where how soy fit in compared to other protein sources. I will not discuss this, but if you look at 10 characters, and soy gets 9 out of 10 except the clean label, because soy is considered as an allergen. But if you compare with milk, which has only got 6 out of 10 points, egg has about 5 out of 10, meat 4 out of 10, pea protein 3 out of 10. Soy can be a complete protein with protein quality, density, supported by health claims and with bioactive components and health benefits, safety, economics, availability, and all these things. Soy is one of the ideal protein source for the mankind. And as far as the reason why we are here today is to see the idea is by introducing soy into our mainstream products, we would like to alleviate malnutrition, whether it is protein malnutrition or micronutrient malnutrition, because soy is a very, very good source of vitamins and minerals, and achieve food security through value-added soy foods like what you can see around, and bridging the protein gap, as Dr. Gupta has mentioned, and also managing the burden on exchequer to reduce, to manage the diet-related degenerative diseases. And with limited resources like land and water, soy is one of the highly sustainable crop. So we can actually promote the soy production to meet all these demands. And also, soy can be effectively used to improve the farmer's income if you make value-added products, and also introduce some products at the farm level, especially in the mass feeding programs like ICDS and midday meal, the farmers can actually process them. Products like soy milk, tofu, soy nuts, they can actually process them and they can consume themselves and also actually supply to these mass feeding programs, so where it can help in their increasing their annual income, and also because it's so versatile, it will help in getting entrepreneurial opportunities. Soy can be very versatile. As I said, we have more than 3,000 soy milk tofu manufacturers, more than 350 soya textured soy protein manufacturers. So there are a lot of entrepreneurial opportunities. And also soy, value-added soy products, like if you make soy protein isolate, we can actually export to other markets also. Other value-added products which you can see in the market can be actually exported and to get export potential. But there are certain gaps in this. Even though India is predominantly vegetarian society, soy and soy product have not gained the popularity or the place or the position they can have, that hasn't been attained. That is where what is one of the gaps is. And processing, as far as processing utilization area, we are not allowing soybean or soy food consumption to grow its fullest potential. It has a great potential, but we are not getting that potential. Not adequate production of soybean to meet the demand, as well as to make specialty soybean-based soy foods like soy food beans. That is not available, and lack of technology to extend shelf life. A lot of soy tofu manufacturers are struggling from low shelf life, so that is what we would like to achieve, that increase the shelf life. And lack of marketing support and too much attention paid to the anti-nutritional factors or myths about soy, and the low awareness about the goodness of soy. And there are other issues like some of the mass feeding programs like ICDS, midday meal program, or public distribution systems where they are not effectively utilizing soy. That is one gap. And as far as processed foods are concerned, we don't have a lot of standards. That's what FSSAI, we would like to request FSSAI to develop standards. And also the GST is high, and the GST on tofu, especially if you look at it, is not at par with dairy. So we need to have a level playing field as far as tofu marketing, because small manufacturers are there for tofu, soy milk and tofu. They are really going through a lot of issues associated with the GST because there is no clarity. And also health claim. In the world today, there are about 11 countries which have given health claim to soy protein, saying that if anybody consumes soy protein, it will reduce the risk of heart diseases. That kind of health claim is there in about 11 countries, but we want, in India, actually in Delhi itself, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, we conducted studies on heart health benefits of soy, and Indians predominantly, we are genetically predisposed to get heart diseases. So in this population, this is even more beneficial. If you have a health claim on soy protein, that will definitely help in positioning this as a health food. And recommendations, we have certain recommendations on production, research to make availability of product-specific raw materials. Dr. Singh is here. His institute is already working. That's what the soy milk tofu manufacturers are looking for, specialty beans. So maybe we need your support in doing that. Developing soybean varieties for food applications, like if you are looking at soy protein isolate, want to manufacture that, we want to have a good quality beans with a good isolate extraction, so those kind of things, or maybe product specific, like for tofu, there are 7s, 11s fraction ratio is there. So if there is something like that, then we can develop specially for that. That will definitely help the industry. Promote soy as a sustainable source of protein. As far as consumption is concerned, we have been talking about promoting soy in general, what I call as a generic campaign. This can play a very, very big role in increasing the soy consumption, and which can meet all the issues we are facing today. Efforts to distribute soy grade, soy flour, textured soy protein, dal and log, and other soy foods through public distribution system. Inclusion of soy in the midday meal and ICDS programs, and consider the use of soy-based dal and log as a high-protein ingredient in all state-funded nutrition intervention programs. As far as industry, support to the industry from government is concerned, if we can use PLI scheme, soy in protein manufacturing is introduced in the PLI scheme, tax exemption for certain time, at least 5 years time, for the soy foods will definitely help us in increasing the soy consumption and promote the industry. Need of an incubation center, because any business is always challenging. So if you have an incubation center through Government of India, I'm sure IASR has some incubation facility, so that will help in mitigating the chances of failure for the entrepreneurs. And need to conduct studies on health benefits. We have organizations like IFF. The previous DuPont has been working a lot on studies conducting on health benefits. One of the studies we will be sharing is the Avinash Lingam study, which was conducted about 20 years back on alleviating malnutrition by soy protein, and establishing or correction of standards for soy food products, and reduction of GST and soy foods and clarity on GST rates for textured soy protein and tofu, and health claim for soy protein. These are some of the recommendations from our side as far as industry discussion is concerned. We would like to hear from other stakeholders and see whether we are in the right direction or not. So once this is done, developing a white paper, which we have already developed a draft paper as far as association or industry is concerned, which we will share it with you all, and then we can update it based on our today's discussion and organization consultation meet. That is what is happening today. Finalizing the white paper on soy today, we can finalize that. Development of a dossier for the consultation from the consultation meet, and approaching the relevant government departments for declaring year of soy 2026 as year of soy. Follow-up implementation and the recommendation of the white paper is the next step we will be taking. Implementation of the recommendation and monitoring the benefits. And also we would like to see the economic impact of this, if we make it as a year of soy, economic impact of this on soy consumption through improvement of nutritional and health status on Indian population. So benefits what we perceive from this declaring year of soy are for the public: reduction in malnutrition, progress towards food security, improvement of nutritional security, less depends on import of pulses. You will be surprised to know, but the next year we are going to import 7 million tons, 70 lakh tons of pulses. As Dr. Gupta mentioned, as industry has developed the dal analog, this can be a perfect gap, which is an economic product to dals, and also produce locally, and can help us in reduce the dependence on import of pulses, improve the protein availability, improve protein quality, improve health status, less burden on healthcare management and employment generation as far as public is concerned. As far as farmers are concerned, it will be beneficial in providing better prices to farmers, increase the income, increase the value addition to soybean income, and also farmer income enhancement. As far as industry is concerned, what we see, better raw material availability will be there, growth in this sector, and already today it is almost estimated to be about 1 lakh crores. I think Sanjay is going to make that presentation. If you look at the whole soy food sector is concerned, it is estimated to be 1 lakh crores, and this will, the concentrated efforts like this will definitely improve more growth in the industry and increases the domestic consumption. This is very relevant because I have been working in this soy sector for more than 25 years, and we found out that if there is an international demand varies, that is going to impact our domestic soy industry. So if we have our local market, domestic market, definitely this will not be affected by the fluctuations on the international market, and also we can export value-added soy products. So this is what I thought, what as an association we thought we will do to make a stakeholders meet and then request Government of India to declare 2026 as year of soy. So this is brief, and before that I just would like to thank Dr. M.M. Krishna. In last year when we were having the our international conference, he is the one who actually brought, why don't we ask government, like the way millet year was celebrated, like why don't we do that? So he is the one who actually put that seed, and we have taken it forward. And here, sir, I would like to mention that the issues we have faced while promoting millets, we will not face here because the availability is there, processing is very much there, and adaptability is always there, and we have lot of industries are already available which can grow. So the issues, challenges we faced while promoting millets during 2023, we will not face that. We are all ready, and you can see the products which are available today. With about a 1 week call, we have got all these products, and the tables are already full with the amount of soy foods available, so which can definitely will be a very successful program if we declare 2026 as year of soy. Thank you very much.